All right, let's get into it. The UI, it's no longer a screen. It's truthfully a conversation. Now, sit with that for a second because it's bigger than it sounds. It's not some poetic line. It's maybe a warning label for the entire tech industry. For years, 10, 30, 40 years, bent themselves into weird shapes just to use computers. Not because we're dumb, because the machines were. We learned their language. We adapted to them. We played by their constraints. And let's be honest about how stupid that arrangement really was. We spent decades training ourselves to talk like machines. I don't know, think about the keyboard, for example. It's a layout from 150 years ago, designed so typewriters wouldn't break. It's not for speed, not for creativity, just don't jam the metal arms. Then we got the drop-down menus, layers on layers and settings, settings advanced, more settings, sub-menus, hiding behind inside sub-menus. We became like these obedient lab animals forced to understand or memorize mazes. Then came the survival commands, these control C, Control V, Control Alt Delete. It's like keyboard Morse code to keep a moody machine from melting down. And this was, I think, the cost of using a computer. You didn't just do your job, you also had to babysit a 1990s command system to really get anything done. You had to learn them. But here's the moment we're living through now. That era is ending fast. Voice just kicked the door off the hinges. You know it's real when your mom dictates a perfect email from her AirPods, or you know it's real when Copilot reads your inbox out loud and offers to handle the replies. You know it's real when Gemini can literally watch your screen, listen to you talk, and fix the thing you're stuck on in real time. This isn't ergonomics of some kind. This isn't some odd design. This is like a rewiring. It's not that voice is that much better. I mean, it's that voice removes the need to contort yourself to match some UI. It collapses the entire interface down to intent. And that's the part most people aren't really thinking about. I don't even know if they're ready for it. Everyone keeps treating voice like it's some sort of feature, but this is the third interface revolution. The first was pointing and clicking. The second was the touch. And the third is talking, except this time it's not really a new gesture. It's like a new cognitive model, because when the interface becomes more of a conversation, the job changes from learn the tool to say what you actually want. Read that again. You no longer need to memorize the menu. You no longer need to know which settings panel controls what. You no longer need to remember the hotkeys, the tabs, the icons, the hacky workflows. The only thing that matters is the clarity of your intent. And this is where the real disruption hits. If the conversation becomes the interface, then clarity becomes the skill. If your thinking is sloppy, voices exposes it. If your workflow is bloated, well, agents erase it. If you need 27 clicks and 3 browser tabs to get something done, congratulations, you've probably already become obsolete, because the agent can do it with one sentence. I think the people who can articulate what they want in a clear and direct and out loud manner without circling the drain, they're going to be successful, man. They're going to be the ones running the next decade. The people who can't, well, they might just drown. You can fake confidence sometimes behind a screen, but you can't hide behind a polished desk. You can survive maybe a little on UI muscle memory, but when the computer just says, tell me what you want, I don't know. Either you know or you don't. I think this shift is bigger than convenient. It feels existential. For a century, we trained humans to speak computer. Don't click too fast or it freezes. Don't type this or you'll break it. Don't forget the command syntax. Don't open too many windows. Don't move the file or the system collapses. We were trained by machines, But honestly, the next century, machines speak ours. They speak our language. That's the pivot that should maybe scare people. I don't know if it's AGI, not robot overlords or something. Not AI might take my job. No, the real threat is that the computer finally understands the words coming out of your mouth. And once it does, all that tool literacy, that some people might have built their career on might be gone, commoditized, irrelevant. What matters now is, can you describe the outcome you want? Can you think clearly enough to delegate to an agent? Can you compress your intent into a single directive? Can you articulate what good looks like without actually hiding behind a process? That's new. That might be the new currency, because voice, it's a filter for BS. So let me make this, let me see if I can summarize there. We're entering an era where the UI is the conversation. The workflow is the agent. The leverage is your clarity. And the differentiator is going to be your mind, not like the menu or some navigation skills. I think the people who are going to be successful are the ones who know their words, who treat their words like almost like code. Is it organized? Is it clean, precise? Those are the ones who are going to win. The ones who fail will be the ones who still think the job is, checking the right boxes in the right orders. It's not. The job is knowing what you want. We spend a century learning to speak computer language. The next century, they speak ours. And that changes. That changes a lot. I've been telling people, welcome to the voice first era.